got some residue on my chest. Gotta get it off my chest.
It's just some shit I gotta get off my chest.
Yeah.
It's just some shit I gotta get off my chest.
Hey.
It's just some shit I gotta get off my chest.
God.
It's just some shit I gotta get off my chest.
Hit me out. I've been low with a self-esteem, man. I'm feeling broke. I really mean
I love that song. My intro song's so cold. Is this some shit I gotta get off my chest? Welcome. Yo, it's the Mogul. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? How y'all doing today? What's going on? This is Enjoy Your Frequency. Every episode is attached to showing you how to enjoy your frequency and enjoy yourself and get through these life hard topics, man, that we go through in our life. These topics are here to help you. And speaking of topics, we're talking about therapy awareness. Episode 8 is about therapy awareness. It's about therapy. Let's talk about therapy. It's that time. Let's get it. You know, it's different type of therapies. You got physical therapy. That's for deformities or diseases or injuries. And they try to massage it out or do heat treatments, different things like that, make you exercise rather than giving you drugs or surgery. Or even after your surgery, they do physical therapy. You get in a car accident, physical therapy. You know, that's an obvious therapy. Couples therapy. You could go to couples therapy to help you get married. Go to couples therapy with your problems, help you out. And you could go to couples therapy to break up as well. If you know it's the end of the road and y'all want to end things on a smooth note, you could go to therapy to help y'all get to a mutual place of peace before y'all depart. Couples therapy is great for both ends, especially if you're trying to work it out. Once again, you're talking to somebody that's unbiased that can help y'all and show y'all where y'all wrong at and where y'all right at and how y'all can work together. Couples therapy. And there's a whole lot of other therapies. You like humanistic therapy, but that's real technical. I don't want to go into all the different type of therapies. There's only one main therapy that I'm here to talk about, and that's mental therapy. Mental health is very important to your life. It's very important to who you are, where your mind at, where your mind control at, what's going on in his brain. Can you handle it? How do you handle it? It's all about going to mental therapy, getting it off your chest some type of way, figuring out the best professional, logical way how to get through it, because it's tough out here. I've been going to therapy. I'm a therapy addict. I've been going to therapy since 2014. Proudly, I'm happy to say this. I've been on that therapy wave for a long time, and I'm glad that it's finally coming around and people finally catching on to it. I still go to therapy to this day. When I first started going to therapy, though, it was something different for me. I would get done. I wouldn't want my session to end. I really depended on my therapist. Like, I hung on every single word that my therapist said. I really was just like, oh man, how am I gonna get through? At the therapy, I didn't want it to end. After my therapy session was over, I would leave her office and I would sit in the lobby for hours. I'd sit on the couch or just sit and just meditate on what the therapy was about, whatever I just talked about, face to face with my therapist. And it was tough for me at first because I was just really started to become really dependent on my therapy sessions. And those are the growing pains. But slowly but surely, if you got a good therapy, if you have a good therapist, they will show you how to use your mind to help yourself, how to mentally heal yourself. They'll show you, they'll open up new logical doors in your mind so that you could get through and find peace, whatever you're going through in your job, in your relationship, or whatever. So, it gets better and better. It's like going to the mental gym. I'm happy that therapy awareness is coming to the black community. It haven't been in our community for forever, and it's just starting to be a nice awareness for the past I say 2 or 3 years, safely to say. But it's getting better and better in our community because, believe it or not, our community need it the most. We don't think we do because we tough it out. You know, we just push shit out. We drown it out in our mind, but we need to sit on somebody's couch and talk to somebody professional about what we going through. Because in our hoods, it's so much going on in our community. The violence, you see somebody's brains get blew out right in your face. You wasn't even expecting that. You was going to Harold's Chicken, get you some chicken, and 2 dudes get in an argument, or 2 females, somebody pull a pistol out and blow they fucking brains out in your face. This is a description and a painting that will be in your eyes, in your mind forever until your last day. From mass shootings. I worked at a job. I wasn't there at the time, thank God, but it was a mass shooting at a job that I worked at. Rest in peace to the people that lost their lives at Henry Pratt. And those people had to go to therapy. It's real out here. It gets close. It could be close to you. It could be farther away from you. Anything that you're doing, you living in your neighborhood, women getting raped, guys getting raped, getting molested. It's all type of stuff. You gotta go to therapy. Therapy will help you. Therapy could really help you. You gotta sit down and break all those emotions down to figure out how to feel better and cope with what's going on, because weed and liquor and sex is just not always gonna help. You really gotta sit and talk about this and get it off your chest. And that's the trauma that's in the black community. That's the trauma that's in the black community. Couples therapy, fighting, all type of shit. You need to really, it be all type of gruesome shit happening left or right, in front of us, behind us. The things that we see on social media. We need therapy. Our kids might need therapy. Stuff they go through in school, being bullied or being the bully. You need to get therapy out of that. First and foremost, we always need God, but God created the therapy for us. God created all these things for us. It's at our, it's at our fingertips to use this. And therapy is good too, because your therapist is somebody that's not biased. Somebody that's going to keep it real with you. Somebody that's going to be logical and not talk to you in an emotion. I could have a conversation with my mom. It could get emotional because we got emotional attachment to each other. I could have a conversation with one of my friends, but it's an emotional biasness to it sometimes. You rarely find real friends sometimes that's going to be honest with you and not be a yes man or a yes woman and really tell you what's going on. You got friends or family like that, but it still could get kind of sticky depending on what you're talking about or who you're talking about, because they might judge you afterwards. They might go tell your business afterwards. You ain't got to worry about that with a therapist. You could talk shit about whatever you want to talk about, whoever you want to talk about. You could guide your therapist to say, hey, I need help. I got problems at my job. How do I maneuver through this? How do I get through this? And the therapist will show you and keep guiding you while you guiding your therapist. It's you ain't talking to somebody that's biased. They keeping it real with you. They went to school for this. They know the mind. They're not perfect, but this is probably the best type of person you could talk to, because your therapist they're not supposed to tell your business at all. But let's just say they go home and tell their husband or tell their wife, man, the mogul told me he killed somebody the other day. Or, man, the mogul said he did some real gruesome shit the other day. Or the mogul, he doing something he ain't supposed to be doing. Whatever it is, they tell that person, this person that they telling don't know you. It ain't going to come back to you. They not supposed to tell nobody, but I'm just saying, I'd rather be able to tell somebody like that than tell a friend that know all my other mutual friends didn't get out. One of my deepest secrets or something like that. And in order for therapy to work, you have to really be open. You got to put it all on the table. Whatever you're going through, however you feel, they don't really condone you talking about suicide like that. They prefer you to call 911 or something like that. They don't want you hurting yourself. But you could even tiptoe around that and say, hey, I've been feeling kind of suicidal a little bit too. How do I get off of this mindset? But you got to be all the way open with your therapist for it to work. You can't just tiptoe and pussyfoot around and tuck your tail in with your therapist and hide shit and not tell the whole thing. You got to tell them where you was wrong at, where the person was wrong at, what happened. You got to tell them everything so they could pull all the positive parts out of it, all the logic out of it, pull all the wrong emotions out of it, and show you how to move through the right way, whatever the situation is. That's one of the main ways it's going to work. You have to be 109% open with your therapist. A few things that I went to therapy about, I figured you want to know this. Y'all all nosy. I went to therapy about my music career. I've been going since 2014. I went about my music career. I was like, damn, I'm not the star I wanted to be. People don't revere me as this great rapper, the greatest rapper in the world. I don't have the fame, the popularity. I don't got the views. I don't got the likes. All this was some bullshit that I figured out that everybody ain't gonna make it. I had to really go to therapy about this because I was losing sleep over this. I was crying over this. I was being evil over this. Because I was putting my all into music, and what I found out was I was way too attached to the music, talking to my therapist and going through those motions. This is a passionate hobby of mine. This ain't the end all be all. And that's what I had to realize. And if that type of stardom was meant for me, it would happen no matter what I did. No matter if I did something to go viral, no matter if I put the greatest rap out, the worst rap out, whatever I did in music, if it was meant for me to make it to that type of stardom, to have millions of dollars and have all the popularity and stuff like that, it would have happened. I would have been in position. It ain't nothing that I didn't do. I ain't saying it still can't happen. I ain't saying that, oh man, if I do this, it could happen. But I had to realize that I'm better than just being famous. Whoever had the luxury of listening to my music and came across my music, it's a blessing for both of us. I'm blessed that you checked it out and you heard it. You blessed that you heard something and heard my talent. But that ain't the end all be all. So I went to therapy about that. I went to therapy about a past breakup. Me and this young lady, we had got an abortion. And I was cool all the way into the abortion. I'm like, yeah, this shit over with. I was being evil. I'm like, man, all right, whatever. Soon as she got the abortion, that's when I started feeling bad. I started feeling guilty. And she even said that. She like, damn, you wait till I get the abortion to have some type of emotion about it. I'm like, damn. So, that relationship was over with. So I had to get therapy to be able to let that go properly. The abortion, the whole relationship, the regrets, any type of thing that was with that relationship. So, that helped me. I was going to be okay regardless. But it speeded up the process on me pinpointing what my issue was and, what I did wrong in that particular relationship that I won't carry into the next relationship so I could be successful. And then another thing I went to therapy for is I had two kids back to back. I love my sons, Zamir and Jelani, but I had two kids. They 8 months apart, 7 to 8 months apart, and it was stressful. It was a big change. I'm the type of person, I don't like change. I'm getting better with change, but you have one kid, then you turn around and have another one, and they both boys. You got to raise boys into men, and it was a lot of pressure, and I was really resentful to my kids, especially my oldest kids. So I had to go to therapy to figure out what my issue was, what was going on with me, why was I having these acceptance issues, especially with my oldest son. And I had to figure out what I could do different to make my life easier and to be more accepting to fatherhood. It took me a while. But I have to credit myself, God. I have to credit the God in me, and I have to credit therapy, and credit the loved ones that was around me that supported me and that gave me good advice and was there for me. But I was a brutal guy with my thoughts, with the way I was talking. I was angry. I was taking care of my responsibilities, but I was disgruntled about it. I didn't feel right about it. I didn't like it. And I had to realize that this was something special. My boys, my babies, oh, they special. Oh, we all like this now. Can't nothing stop good thoughts about my kids now. I accept fatherhood 100%. It's a beautiful thing. I have adjusted to it, and I'm glad to be here. And I want to be here forever to watch them growing and help them grow and guide them. I love my kids, but therapy helped me with that. If I wouldn't have never went to therapy, I would have probably been okay, but it probably would have been a long process for me going through different emotional mazes. One more other thing I went to therapy for was for my self-esteem. Our self-esteem fluctuate a lot. Most people, everybody's self-esteem fluctuate. Nobody's exempt from their self-esteem of fluctuating. But mine was low, and I started going to therapy to find out what can I really love about myself. I wanted to find a different purpose for myself, because all I felt like all I do was music. All I cared about was music and sex. That's all I cared about. And then my self-esteem was fluctuating. I'm like, I gotta find a better purpose. This is something more with me than just that. I'm bigger and better than music. And my self-esteem had to get better. I had to accept myself, my weight, my eye, my whatever, my dark fingernails. I had to accept all that shit, my feet, all that. Thank you, Tony Price. I had to accept it all. Whatever it was about me, I had to learn that in this current moment of my life, I love you, Antoine. I love you, Mogul. I love you. No matter what's up, whatever you feel, we have our days, but I love you. That last episode 7, I was scruffy, but I felt good. I knew I was still fine up in that motherfucker. I knew I was still a handsome motherfucker doing that video. With the scruffy beard, all that. But now, check it out. Ping, pow. Still handsome like I was a lot. But this just the confidence that you gotta have. It's the words of affirmations to yourself that I learned through therapy. What's the story that you telling yourself? My therapist used to say that all the time. What's the story you telling yourself? What is this story? This is a false story you telling. You got to change the story you telling yourself, because the story you telling yourself is the story that everybody else gonna tell themselves. Because your vibe, your energy, your eyes, your spirit, your face expressions, your whole existence is telling a story to everybody. This is why social media could be so wicked, because most people on social media telling a fake ass story. And in person, it's a whole different story. So you giving out mixed signals to the universe. You got to give out a direct signal to yourself to beam to the universe. That's the story. The story I'm giving is I'm enjoying my frequency no matter what the fuck going on. Monkeypox, the Great Depression, whatever's going on, a recession, I'm enjoying my frequency. I'm loving myself to the fullest to my last day. I'm going to be the greatest father in the world. Fuck being the greatest rapper in the world. Like, this therapy got me to this point. Now, as I digress, it's going to be some people that therapy is just not going to be for you. Therapy not for you. You don't feel like it's for you. Fuck therapy. I'm not going. I don't think that shit work. You got other things that could work. God could work. You practicing happiness and patience, working on yourself, your maturity level, you digging on yourself, you being honest with yourself could be therapy. Experiences that you go through, taking L's, taking losses, being held accountable for the things you do wrong will sit you down to be therapy. You look up and the walls closing in on you. Walls closing in on you. You done made the big mistake and the walls closing in on you, nigga. And now the walls closing on you. Now you gotta get yourself back up. You look around, you in a desert of loneliness because of something you did. That'll be the therapy. How can I get out this therapy? Next time I won't make this decision because people held me accountable. Music could help you. Prayer can help you. Listening to, like I said, listening to music. Also, you can't talk to somebody, you can't afford to talk to somebody. Hey, you got talk to a therapist. You got people, you got friends you can talk to. You got parents, whoever you got, people at your church. somebody you could do, but the thing that you do, you downsize the people you telling all your business to. Downsize that you telling your business to 5 or 6 different people. You reliving the irritation, the aggravation over and over again for 5 different times when you get on that phone. Young lady, you talking about your man to 5 different other females and 1 other guy. That's 6 times you reliving the irritation and the hurt. Minimize that down to 2 people so you could just relive it twice and get some good advice. Let it be 2 good people that you trust. Because everybody, you know what I'm saying, 91% people pillow talk. So whoever you talking to, make sure it don't have no return sender on it, where whoever you talking to, they talking to somebody that you know that's mutual, and then your business is out there. If you talking to somebody, they might tell one of their friends, but at least they telling one of their friends that you don't know, and that friend really don't know you. So if they gossiping about you, it's a little bit more easy, even though that ain't cool, they talk behind your back. But it's better that they could talk to that person than talking to somebody that y'all both know. And now when you get around a person, they know your business, and then when you they about to be the 5th person that you talk to, they gotta pretend like they don't know, you know, that you got robbed last night. You done told 4 people you got robbed. You get into the 5th person, man, I got robbed yesterday. And Buddy on the other end, like, damn, for real? But 2 other people, y'all mutual friends, the other 2 people just told him. He already know. He got to pretend like he don't know. Stop telling all your business to everybody. That's a form of therapy too. Keep your mouth closed. Minimize that down to some real friends, real associates. And if you ain't got nobody to talk to, you know you got God and you got yourself. Figure it out. Like, and real, use your mind to maneuver through that. And last but not least, if you can't afford to talk to a therapist, you don't got no friends you could talk to. You don't want to talk to nobody at work. You don't want to talk to your baby mama. You don't want to talk to your baby daddy. You can't talk to your boyfriend or your girlfriend, your mama, your daddy, your siblings, your sisters, or brothers. Look at my Enjoy Your Frequency videos, and you will be saved.
I'm a scholar for the dollar, just hit my pain. Fuck the bag, get the drip and entertain. I'm too fat, I'm too built, I feel ashamed. Work it out, eat right, and do your thing. I played the scam, took some L's, ain't let it ride. That's the way I took it, I don't respect my pride.